I think it's primarily good for like phase 3 content where you're adding text after you create your phase 2 content. So again, if I'm not making sense to you, watch the micro content video. It's just one of those things, one of those things that won't make sense until you hear it. Let's head on to the next editor that you can use. A lot of people use it. Is Canva. I don't use it that often because I'm primarily using Photoshop. So I'm going to kind of discover this with you guys. So, and those of you who are more proficient with Canva, more power to you. Canva's pretty much, as far as I know, it kind of creates. It's a lot of these templates are done for you and it's already formatted for you. Whether it be Instagram Story, Facebook's, any kind of social platform you're looking for. Apparently, like, oh look, invitations, cards. So a lot of templates and sizes are set for you, and a lot of it is free, but just some, as you can see, this little coin on this top left for the Instagram story. Oh, I'm gonna use my mouse right here. That's where you have to pay. So it's cool freemium kind of product. So designs is where your past designs are. So YouTube channel art. So you can tell how I was just playing around with this. I don't even know what I was doing here. So from here, let's create. Let's see, Instagram post. Okay, I think this is great mainly for like flyers and stuff. I like this one. It's more for my feel. Okay, tap something to start editing. Tap. Cool. Yes. See, I've never used it. Okay, I'm gonna add this photo of me and my grand aunt. I think if you say that. Boom. That's in there. I think this is mainly good. Just from my impression, it looks like this is mainly good for creating phase 3 kind of content. I don't know if you can actually do like filters or fixes, but oh wow, they got the fonts that I like. Oh, this is definitely great for phase 3 content. Oh, I can't edit it the way I want. The thing with Emeroy, my Emeroy TV stuff, is that a lot of my text has to have slants. I'll remove that. Okay, so if you play with it, you'll figure it out as you go. A lot of these apps are pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Just from my first impression of Canva, or actually trying to properly use it, because everything has just been like a haphazard experiment. I think it's primarily good for like phase 3 content where you're adding text after you create your phase 2 content. So again, if I'm not making sense to you, watch the micro content video. It's just one of those things, one of those things that won't make sense until you hear it. This is why I like having variations, because then I can see what works with the text. Nope. I kind of like this. Has that more nostalgic feel. Boom. So now I have my phase 3 micro content. Let's just download it, or whatever share means. Share. I'm share, bitch. Wow, that took a while just to make that happen. That was slow. Not a fan of that. Okay, complete action using this. I'm not sharing it to anybody. I want it saved in my device. Should be saved into my device in a separate new folder. Right here. New content. Boom. Not exactly like awe-inspiring, but you get the idea. Let's try something new. So if you want to add some more, just playing with it, you can add more text. Farm table. Farm to table. Okay. Or you can add another image within it. I'm gonna add this photo of Jordan doing a deadlift. Or you can add another photo add more graphics around it, circle around it. There's a lot you can do with it. So if you want to add another design within the same kind of idea, you can go here, head on, boom, kind of dedicate this whole area to have same design or same kind of concept, and edit as you go. Or you can add a completely different template and just add it. This can be this whole like little area, this whole design can be all the promo content regarding an upcoming product, and it can be different quotes, testimonials. You can be as creative as you want. Look at this. Look how creative you can get with the shapes with this. So this is pretty awesome. I don't use Canva as much. Oh, that's really creative. I don't use Canva that much because I'm primarily using editing a lot of my content on Photoshop. But this is a great place for you to be able to do phase 3 content, even do graphic content such as this, if you have the patience and have the talent to put stuff like this. If you can, man, friggin' props to you. I don't have the patience. Well, I probably do if I had to resort to it, but I honestly would much rather do this on Photoshop. Anyways, alright, so overall, just gonna go through the 3 apps on my thoughts on all of them. First off, Adobe Photoshop Express, my favorite so far in terms of quickly creating micro content for phase 2 and phase 3. And you know, probably it's not at the level as, say, Canva. Apparently, as you can see in the exam, as what you saw here, this is so bad. In terms of keeping everything in one place, Adobe Photoshop Express is definitely kick-ass at it. Now, in terms of creating really good phase 2 content, I think VSCOcam does an amazing job, especially with the amount of filters you can get if you get the subscription, or you know, or any filter that you can create. But then again, you can create your own custom filter on Adobe Photoshop Express. Again, goes back to me favoriting trying to keep everything in one place. But if you really want to have kick-ass phase 2 content, which is, you know, modifying and doing color corrections, and just doing a whole bunch of other not insanely graphical stuff, but more like you know, changing the color overall, or getting a black and white photo, VSCOcam is the way to go. And the last is Canva. I think it's pretty badass. I haven't used it that much, but first impressions, in terms of creating dope phase 2 and phase 3 content, primarily phase 3 because of what I just showed you in terms of creating that text. If you're really creative with it, I think you can create some bomb ass, some dope, amazing phase 2, phase 3 content on it. Probably a little heavier on using phase 3, which is more quote cards on these photos. And if you're really creative, you can use the shapes and other elements that you can have, such as adding graphics and making your photos pop even more. So those are my thoughts. Overall, I prefer Photoshop Express because of everything being in one place. Those are 3 options for you to be able to play with. Let me know which ones are your favorites, if you're already using one, or if there's any that you happen to be using and that I didn't mention today. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys got any questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this with friends who you think might benefit from it. And also make sure you hit the bell button so you guys are getting notifications whenever I release a new video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.